William's going to talk about what he's going to be doing, how he's going to be gathering the crowds, and then what your responsibility is as booth staff. So if you're not booth staff, you can just listen and be amused. You're even going to show them a trick, right?
Yes.
And then we're going to give you a trick to learn and practice that you must know this trick by Monday morning, by tomorrow morning. So I'll hand it over.
And it's easy, so don't worry.
Yeah, there we go.
So my name is William, and I am going to be doing magic presentations in the booth. And my main goal with this is to really gather a crowd around the booth and then invite those people inside so that they can talk to you guys. So the magic is fun and everything, but that's really secondary to getting them in the booth and starting up conversations. So we're going to do this several ways. First of all, let me talk about the show aspect. It's going to run anywhere from a 5-minute show, maybe a 20-minute show if we're really trying to build a larger crowd. And I'm going to run these shows anywhere from every 30 minutes to 45 minutes, depending on the amount of people that are in the booth. If the booth is full and you guys are having fun talking, then I won't start a show. If the booth is empty, but there's people in the alleyways, I will start the show and kind of start building that momentum. And it'd be really great if you guys can help me do that. So the show is kind of broken down into 3 stages. The first stage is when I'm trying to get the crowd. Now I'm going to kind of be in front of a podium similar to this one, and I'm going to be talking as people walking by, trying to grab their attention, trying to get them in, but I can't see behind me or really to the sides of me. So if you're standing next to one of the pieces of equipment and you see some people walking by like this, just say, hey, we're about to start a magic show, it'll be fun. And then that will just, oh, where's that? Oh, yeah, the guy that's loud on the mic, go see him. And this will just help me catch those people that I can't catch. So that would be very helpful. So I'm going to start the show, a couple people at once, and then we'll build it 2, 3, 4, until we get to, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 people, just kind of depending on how many people are at the booth at the given time. Once the show is going, you guys are my backdrop. So normally I've got like a beautiful theater, what do you call it? Curtain, yeah, in the back of me, but you guys are that. So what that means is, please don't be on your phones if I'm performing, because I'm here performing for everyone, and then if somebody's right here doing this on their phone, it just doesn't look good. The other thing is, if I say, for example, we've got some workshops coming up every day at 12:25 and we're giving you free lunch. Come on in, grab a postcard. If somebody's by a postcard and you hear me say that, just raise the postcard up. That way they know, oh, I can come in the booth and I can learn about these workshops that they're holding. So once that crowd is building, just be attentive, and you'll know when I start because the mic will go on. And then towards the end of my routine, once I feel like we're at capacity, I'm going to perform a trick that everybody can learn. And that's another, I guess, piece of bait so people will come in. So and we'll show you this trick in a moment. It's called 3-card Monty. I'm going to do the trick and say, if you guys want to learn how this is done, come on in and talk to our team members. We'll be happy to show you. And so then it's like, oh yeah, we're scientists. We want to know how that works. Mm-hmm. And so they're going to come in and go like, oh yeah, how does that work? And if you want to show it to them, you can. If you just want to give them the cards, they actually come in these packages, and they have instructions right here. So if they go, oh yeah, here's the instruction, but what I really want to know is about that LC triple quad. Tell me about that, right? Then you can just say, here you go, let's talk about our equipment, because that's really what they're here for. Now, when I've got that crowd going on, John, correct me if I'm wrong, but you're going to have, a few of you are going to have scanners that actually are going to be taking pictures of the name. Is that right?
Right.
So I've got the crowd there in front of me. We're building it. Whoever's in charge of that, you're going to go around and just take pictures. Now, you're not going to hurt my feelings at all, like, oh, I don't want to interrupt his show. No, it's perfectly fine. Go talk to the people. Hey, do you mind if I get your badge? And just go around and do that, because that's what we're here for, is to capture those leads. And then we're going to put them into our CRM so we can follow up with them via email so that we know how many people stop by the booth. Now, once they get one of these and they want one of these, or they want to check out the equipment, they're going to come in, and then you can scan them again and then follow up with them at that time. So very quickly, I want to show you how this trick works. Where did I put them? Oh, right here. That way you kind of know what to expect. And since you're close right here, do you mind helping me out?
Sure.
We'll just use this table right here. Your name, sir?
Ulrich.
What is it? I'm sorry.
Ulrich. Eric is right.
Eric, okay. Eric. We have 3 cards here. I'm going to show you each one what they are. A 5, a 9, and a 4. So this is a game of 3-card Monty. You might have seen them play this. All you have to do is find the red 9, and you win John's money. Yeah. And that's all you have to do. And it's very simple. I'm going to do this. Very slowly, you're going to slide it out and just hold it. Just like this so we can place our bets. All right, Eric, just like this. Slide out the red 9. Don't look at it, because this is when we bet John's money. How much of John's money do you want to bet that you've got the red 9?
How much money?
Yes.
$1,000.
Oh, 1,000. Yeah, I'll even show you. See, I've got the 4 and the 5. Turn it over, show everybody. You got the 9.
Excellent.
You didn't win John's money, but you're a winner when you work with Agilent. So congratulations, sir. And then at this moment is when I can start talking about Agilent. And I'll be talking about the Prime LC. I think the Ultivo as well are going to be kind of the talking points. So I'm going to kind of point them out. So if you hear me say that, you can just wave so that everybody goes, oh, they're over there. And then I'll say, if you want to learn how this works, please come into the booth and we'll be happy to show you how it works. So John's passing these out right now. As you get those, just open them up. You can discard the instructions or pocket them just in case my instructions aren't clear enough. But it's very simple to do. It uses 3 cards and what we call a gimmick in Magic. So as you open these, you're going to notice that one of the cards is really 2 cards. Well, 2 and I guess 1.5 cards, right? So on this 5, there's a little flap right here.
Yeah, you're gonna open the plastic.
Yeah, just pull it really hard. Or use your teeth, yes, exactly. And then you're going to take the Agilent card, and the Agilent card is going to go underneath the flap like this. And you just want to try to line up the edges here.
We have more in the booth if you didn't get it.
And then the final card is going to go on top of my red 9. I'm not sure what you have. So it goes the card, Agilent under the little flap, and then this card covers. So what you're left with is this. So it looks like there's only 3 cards there, and I can move these pretty loosely like this. And then I just stick it under the flap, put it on top, and we've got it. So now what's happening is when they're pulling this card out, they're really pulling out the Agilent card. And then I just do this and it hides that other card.
Oh, you have to be good.
What a scam.
It is a scam, yes. That's how we work, we magicians. If you didn't know.
I always suspected that.
Yeah, and so it's very easy. This is something you can show. Oh yeah, there's a flap on it. Now let's talk about our HPLCs, right?
Yes.
So this is really the goal of this is to because this is fun to get them in, get them talking, and that's really it. So I guess my question for you guys is: do you have any questions about how I work or how the day is going to progress over the next 3 days? I know I've worked with a lot of you before.
No questions? Okay.
John, do you have any questions?
He said someone has the iPads and
Yeah.
is going to take a photo of everyone in front of them.
Pretty much everyone in front of them. We don't go in and knock them over and body check them and take a picture. But usually there's kind of like a semicircle around and we're just like, excuse me, would you mind, let us just grab your badge. Because there is no barcode, as I said before, on these badges. We've got to take a physical picture on an iPad. It's really quick.
You've got 2 iPads.
Got 2 iPads for that, and then the rest of the iPads are for newbies.
And it flows pretty well that once that starts growing, and then you can just, oh hey, so I might, for example, I might stop 2 people, I might do a trick, and then when I'm over with that trick, you might want to come up and say, oh hey, do you mind if I get your name badges? And then you scan them, and then I continue. And then we might get 4 or 5 people and 6 people, and they're just going to go around, hey, do you mind if I scan, and then I just will continue. And you'll see, because I'm going to be doing the same routines pretty much over and over. You'll probably know my whole show by the 3rd day. But that's good because you'll know where the ups are, where their downs are. So if I'm about to reveal something big, maybe you don't scan a badge at that time. But at any other time, like, oh yeah, he's just talking a lot. I can just go around and...
He does talk a lot. A lot of it is talking, too. So,
That's right.
So, and sometimes he'll engage people what'll happen is there'll be like 2 people standing there, and it's like, hey, you want to see some magic? And once you get 2 people there, that usually leads to 4 people. That leads to 6 people. It leads to 10 people. So the crowd builds, and by the end of your time, we've had 30 people at some. I mean, that's been big crowds.
Yeah, it really depends. Sometimes I'll have 15 people, and I can tell there's nobody else on the floor. Like, this is going to be it. So at that time, I end the show. Sometimes I'm going, and just there's more and more and more, and all of a sudden you've got a lot of people.
Yeah.
It just kind of depends on. Sometimes I only have 2 people, and that's it for the entire show. And so that show, I might make it 5 minutes or 8 minutes, just so that we can quit and then get them into the booth.
And we're on an aisle, so we have like an island, and there's this big fat aisle next to us, right where he is, because nobody's there. There's no booth there. So that's, eminent domain in my book, right? We get to take that over. So we're going to build a crowd in that corner and then call them all into the booth. The booth, as I mentioned before to you, is a little tight. It's only a 20 by 16. So, if you're not in there staffing the booth, just stay on the perimeter so that people, if they see a bunch of Agilent shirts, they may not come in if they see like 20 Agilent shirts in there. So if we just have enough people at each of the stations, then we're good. William will work on building that crowd, and then it's up to you guys to be proactive when he finishes up. And as the day goes by, you'll see the trick that he finishes up with. It's usually going to be this Monty, so that's even easier.
And that actually does bring me to a good point. I just say, hey guys, come on into the booth. And if you're just talking to one another, right, and I say, come on into the booth, or if you're not paying attention, then they come in and there's nobody there. So if I say, hey, come on into the booth, if you can just go like, oh, hey, just go up to them and say, oh, how did you like the show? Is there something you'd like to see? And then I can help, once we get to the booth, I kind of know where everything is. So if somebody says, oh, I want to see the Prime LC, oh yeah, that's over here, you can talk to Beth. Or
so he knows enough about the equipment. He used to think they were daiquiri makers, for making daiquiris, but now he knows enough about the equipment that he can point to the Altivo. No, you still need to be there. He knows what an Altivo looks like. He knows what prep is. He knows, So he is not going to have a gray shirt. No,
I'll be in a suit.
Yeah,
I'll be in a suit so I stand out a little bit differently.
Lots of pockets for various reasons.
And so just please be as welcoming as you can as they're coming in, just so that we can start up those conversations. And I think that's it, John.
Yep. Okay. Good. Okay, so now magically you can make them disappear by saying the word dinner. And
dinner.